Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Manny and Shawn Experience Show, exclusively on Star Radio Network.
The hell is Star Radio Network?
I just made that up, just like AI makes anything up. Welcome back to our crazy show. This is episode 116. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, damn, 116 is live. My name is Manny.
My name is Shawn.
And we bring you the Manny and Shawn Experience.
Welcome back, folks. We hope you are doing well out there.
Yes, taking care of yourself. We are in the midst of the middle of April. Ladies and gents.
Day and of my birthday month.
It is your birthday month, which we continuously celebrate.
Yes. By the time this comes out, I will be on my way to Orlando, or already in Orlando.
Well, it comes out at 4 a.m., so we would be sleeping.
I will be sleeping. But we're going to Epic Universe. Yay!
We're finally going to Epic Universe as a gift to Mr. Barkley.
So excited. Cannot wait to tell you guys all about it on that episode. Whenever that episode comes.
It'll be the one after this one.
Will it now?
Well, I would assume. If not, we would not be releasing. Anyways,
Logistics.
We're not going to have our brainstorming session on here with you. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying April quarter 2 of 2026.
He has broken the year down into quarters. If you didn't listen to previous episodes,
if you aren't here for that, got some positive comments on that. So I think it's a good way to look at life.
We're looking at life in quarters.
I mean, when you think about it, it's 3 months, right?
Uh-huh.
So people just historically look at the year altogether as shit. But now you can say like quarter 1 sucked, but maybe I thrived in quarter 2, or maybe quarter 2 was an improvement.
So live your life 3 months at a time.
Yeah. But plan for the future as well. Okay. Like we're planning for 2026 or 2027. Actually, we're still halfway planning our trips for 2026.
I mean, fair.
As we are. This is the latest it has been since I have taken a day off. And I absolutely cannot live with myself anymore. Like, I'm excited for 2 days off this week, and I'm not even going anywhere far besides like Orlando.
It's fine. We live for the weekends.
But I kind of don't like that either, because then I'm just rushing the week. Which, yes, you want to get out of work, but also you want to enjoy and thrive. I think, we're trying to make a point to go out in the middle of the week because I work from home like every day and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like, I know now that I really just need to go out somewhere in the middle of the week to like break that out. No, I fucking hate that statement. I'm not touching no grass.
Go touch some grass.
I don't even like to be outside, but we're getting out of the house at least, once a week, just to break it up for me. Yeah. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Oh, hallelujah.
Amen.
God is good
all the time.
Says the 2 guys that were walking down the river walk on Friday. That was you and me, and we were questioning a lot of things about religion and the Bible.
Oh, I mean, you can still say God is good.
If people were behind us or in front of us hearing our conversation, are like, who are these 2 psycho nuts?
Look, I love a drive-by conversation when we're just walking, minding our business, and you catch like the middle of somebody's conversation as they're walking past you, or the end of a conversation. You'd be like, the hell are they talking about?
Yeah. There was we also went somewhere new this weekend, which a friend of the pod asked, how do we find these places? How do we make time to go to these places? And it really just kind of becomes one of those things where you just have to get the fuck out of the house. Like you may not, like I feel comfortable here, but I just need to get out.
Also, like, well, the new place we went to was a recommendation from someone else.
Yeah, get those recommendations from people.
So yeah, get recommendations from people. I will frequently Google what's happening in Tampa Bay this weekend or wherever you are, there's going to be some sort of website, Eventbrite or something that will tell you like, hey, this event is happening. We mostly do that so that if something is happening downtown and we don't want to pay an exorbitant amount for parking, we won't make the mistake of going down there and have it to spend $50 to $60 to park the car. But you can also find cool places through friends, family. You ask people for recommendations, like where do you hang out? Where do you go grab a drink? Like the place we went to was called Velvet Gypsy, and it was like this cool little craft cocktail bar, and
it was just you would have driven by this and never thought.
It literally is like
it looks
one
like
little section
storefront.
Yeah,
like a store. It looks like you may be going from the outside one of those antique stores or something like that.
It's very
unpretentious.
No, that's not the word I was looking for.
In the quietness of the whatever Maya Rose in Schitt's Creek.
It's very oh my god, I can't think of the word.
Sure.
Unassuming.
Sure.
Because if you walk by, you'd be like, what the hell is Velvet Gypsy?
Yeah.
But on the inside, very nice, very chic.
It is upscale.
It is loungy. They also have a nice back patio area. And they just serve craft cocktails.
And, that night we went, just some of the nicest people I've ever experienced at a bar or a craft cocktail lounge. Like, just really nice.
And it seemed like people just drop in with their friends. They have a couple of drinks and then they leave. Like I felt like we stayed there longer than everybody.
We saw people come in while we were sitting there and leave.
But we were also chit-chatting with someone new and getting to know them. So like,
and you also had 2 drinks. Oh. For once, Manny did not have 2 drinks. Hey,
spill my tea.
Hey. But Manny did have a full glass.
And then another thing is, your drink was this big. The prices weren't bad for craft.
No, absolutely not. So, Velvet Gypsy, if you are in Tampa or coming to Tampa,
it's in Seminole Heights.
It's still in Tampa. Shit. Yeah, go check it out. It wasn't busy when we went, but it looks like they were setting up a DJ. We left like close to 8:30.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So maybe the DJ comes later in the night.
I think they do have like theme nights some nights, from what I could tell from the website.
Very cute. I recommend Ubering there because the parking situation down Seminole Heights area here in Tampa is just atrocious.
I don't understand why they want you to come spend your money at places where you ain't got no damn parking.
And then when there is parking, you want to charge $56 to park.
I just can't.
And listen, I know some people may listen to us from somewhere where, parking is double of what we're complaining about here. But let me tell you something. Tampa doesn't have accessible transport. So like a Chicago that may have parking that's like $75 or $85, you got the train. You have a reliable bus system. Same for New York. We don't have any of that here. Our buses run maybe every 2 hours. I'm probably exaggerating, but like it's what it feels like. And we probably would need to change 2 buses to get to downtown.
Yeah, I mean, it would be lovely if we had a train system here, like a people mover or something like that. And I know it would be asking for a lot for it to extend all the way to like Riverview or South Tampa.
But there would be like a one main street station in Riverview. There has parking there, preferably for free. And you take it from there. Like that's kind of what they do, I believe, in Charlotte. They have like areas where you can park your car, which is a little bit closer to where you live. And you take it from there.
Yeah.
Or you can easily Uber there. It'll be cheaper to Uber to that station and then take the train from there.
The thing is, like, Tampa isn't huge by any means, but like there is no way.
It's sprawled.
Right. There's no way to get to certain things without without a car.
Yeah.
And you can't rely on the bus system because then you can't be out somewhere too late because you need to get back and you can't catch a bus late at night.
Yeah.
And so if we had some sort, other than that trolley, which yes, we have a trolley, it goes from Ybor to downtown and back. And it's like, okay, that's cool,
I
but
feel like
now
it's
I
like
still have to go. I still have to drive or Uber to get to one of those spots.
a stupid trolley is like a marketing gimmick
It
for
is.
Tampa.
It
Like,
really
oh,
is.
look how cute
It's
it is.
cute, but it's just like this isn't really helping the transportation situation.
Now, if I lived downtown, that'd be a whole different situation.
But if you live downtown, then you could just walk to the places.
You can walk it or take the little trolley. There's also the pirate boat thing. Anyways, this is not a podcast about Tampa, but
it is not.
We did have that from a friend of the pod ask about, how do we find these places now? But really, recommendations like the restaurant we found in St. Pete we talked about a couple episodes ago. I just Googled it and I was like, this looks cool and different, because that's what I was looking for. Cool and different. I don't want a chain restaurant. I want something that's more independent, and that's what I found. I forgot what it was called at this point. I think it was called. I don't remember what it's called. But it was cool. It was artsy. The food was like a fusion. This is
the Latino and African place, right?
Yeah.
Fusion.
Yeah. So I mean, I Google a lot and also read the reviews. And then my focus is always something that is not a big chain. Like I want something independent and fun.
And we love trying new places. So like, again, as friends, as family, as for recommendations, if there's a certain part of the town that you want to check out,
or just keep coming back to us.
Yes, keep coming back to us, and we'll tell you about all the places we go.
Because I hate Tampa. I'll be the first to tell you, I fucking hate it here. If I could move somewhere that wasn't Tampa that I liked, I would move in a heartbeat.
It's only because he's been in Tampa forever and a day.
I just hate it. I hate Florida. I hate it. But when you can go to these cute little places that don't remind you of where you live, you're like, oh, this is cute. Because even like when we were talking at Velvet Gypsy, it's like, this doesn't feel like it belongs here in Tampa. Because it is outside of like the craziness of clubs and Ybor and all that. But I'm sorry that was I rambling?
No, it's
just staring at me crazy. Yeah, I don't like it here. I'm sorry, y'all.
Anyway, we're going to move on into our topic for today's episode. We're talking about artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence that we have now been told in the workplace we must all use Copilot.
Yes.
Because it hides industry secrets.
I don't understand how Copilot is the only one that is the one that's not leaking your information. Why?
Right. I wouldn't say Gemini does that on the Google side.
It doesn't matter.
Because Google has Google Workspace where companies adopt the entire Google framework.
So why can't we do the same for Gemini if we wanted to?
Which it might be for the workplace thing.
But most companies are just delegating you to use Copilot.
Right, because they have that licensing with Microsoft.
Okay.
Well, I think that's more of a monopoly. I think that's more like Microsoft is like, you have the license of all these Microsoft products, and you're not going to be running anything else on your computer AI reference. But they mask it behind safety because there ain't no damn safety in any of it.
Everything gets leaked.
Y'all want me to put in a pin on my phone to log into my computer, and then you're going to send an email with another code, and y'all still stealing my information. So, I mean, what protection are we talking about? But anyway, specifically, we're going to talk about AI and how it pertains to music, and maybe a little bit on a broader scope as well. But how AI is now just consuming.
It is everywhere.
It is everywhere. Yes, movies.
AI
videos.
is in everything. It is in your car. It is in your music. It is in your shows you watch. It is in the movies. It is in video games. It is in everything.
I fell for a TikTok the other day where it was this young man crocheting bags. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. And his mom was like, you're not going to amount to anything. I was like, oh my God, you're dashing this boy's dreams. That was my first sign. I'm like, this might be AI. But then it was somebody in the comments that said, look, he's holding the bag with two left hands. I'm like, all right, there it is. This shit's AI.
The thing with AI video creation is like it's gotten a lot better. So it's harder to now pick out whether something is AI or if it's something is real. Because before, yes, it used to fuck up hands and fingers. There'd be extra fingers or extra thumb, like things, or something just didn't seem quite right.
It feels like text is one of its biggest struggles right now. Like when
Text is
when you ask it
definitely
to
a
make
big
a
struggle.
flyer or something, it's just like, I don't know what to do with all these words.
Text is a big struggle. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder to tell real from fake nowadays. And one place that is happening a lot is actually music, because on Spotify, there are AI artists and you don't know it. You could be listening to a song, case in point.
Yes, I told y'all about somebody in our opening episode of this year, which was our music journey.
Mm-hmm.
I said Sienna Rose, and her song Into the Blue, which I just absolutely adore.
And he was today years old.
I have now learned that she is an AI generated musician, fully AI, because we're going to talk about somebody else in music right now that's using AI. But this person is they don't have a person behind it. Well, obviously there has to be somebody behind it, but there is no artist. There's nobody owning
There's
it.
no human being that is actually singing. There's no human being that is actually, well, I don't know if someone is writing the lyrics for it.
They can't even confirm that on her. All her videos on social media are fake. Mm-hmm. People started piecing together that she's using content from events or whoever's running this to show like she's at places and to make her seem like she's
a real person. But
when I go through her things, I don't hear anything about her music. Doesn't really announce that she's released a new single. So I'm just like, wait the hell a minute.
It's trippy, right? Because I've also found artists on Spotify and I go to search for like social media or, photo or video or something. And it's just like, I can't find any trace of this person anywhere other than what is on Spotify. Yeah. And a lot of people are catching on that there are a bunch of AI artists and music on Spotify and they're pissed about it.
And Spotify's stance on it is, as long as they're not using AI to beat another artist that's already in existence,
to take away, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with creating AI generated music or artists.
And here is where we are. And
let me one thing on Sienna Rose, her music made it into like a top list in US music for 2025 because people were streaming it so much. Unbeknownst to anybody, unless you did some research on that.
Yeah.
But there is another one you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
There's also this other group I wanted to just mention briefly. It's called Breaking Rust, which is a synthetic country group that has also risen to fame with AI generated music.
So I'm going to talk about Xania Monet.
Not to be confused with Janelle Monet. Janelle Monet.
No, it's not to be confused. Anyway, so she has millions of fans on Spotify and other places where her music is streamed. And come to find out that this is also an AI artist. But the thing that separates...
Now, I had never heard of her before.
I haven't heard of her. I've heard of this story, and I didn't really pay much attention to it because whatever.
Yeah, Sienna Rose just came to me organically through playlist.
Doing a lot.
Like she was recommended to me by Spotify.
Right. The big deal about this is that this AI artist is now signed to a multi-million-dollar record deal. And so it is wild to me that when this whole thing started, record companies were suing AI companies because of infringement and, this shouldn't be allowed. And now record companies are actually signing AI artists because it's kind of like, if you can't beat them, then join them kind of thing. But the thing that really separates this one apart is that the woman behind it, her name is Telisha Jones. She is actually a songwriter. So
she's sorry not to cut you off. She's a Mississippi-based poet. and songwriter.
Okay.
Just make sure to add the poet part in there.
For the poet part, is that she writes the lyrics, or she takes the lyrics from her poems.
Yeah, she writes 100% of the lyrics.
And she puts them into the device, or she puts it into the program, and it spits out the song, because she is not a singer. So she discovered this when she was teaching herself AI. She was learning it. And it caught on, and people liked the songs, and she actually has like an AI avatar of Xania and does music videos. But this is not a real person, but she is signed to a multi-million-dollar record deal.
Yeah. According to this, she had a Billboard breakthrough. Her debut single, "How Was I Supposed to Know," hit number 30 on the Billboard Adult R&B Airplay charts in November of 2025. This was a line in the sand moment for the industry.
It really is, because now it's like, so you have people out here who, have talent and can actually sing, right? And we know that it is cutthroat in any industry, but especially the music industry, to one, have talent, one, have stage presence, be able to speak to the media, to the press, like, to be a whole package, to dance. I mean, unless you're a legend like Mariah.
Let's not let current Mariah fool us. When you look at old school Mariah, she used to do some two steps. Now Mariah's just like, glide me across the stage, baby.
But nowadays, like, those people who are fighting to be recognized and seen in the industry are competing against someone on a computer who can just put in lyrics and have a song pop out. And that song could go number one, and you ain't got none of the things on the checklist because you're not even a real person.
Yeah. At least for this, what is her name?
The real girl or the fake girl?
Well, it doesn't matter, I guess. The person,
Xania.
Yeah, her. At least she has somebody behind her that is lyrically. So it's no different than maybe songwriters that are producing music for other artists. So I understand your point that, the music's going to come out with less work, less effort. It could be more consistent. It could be more present.
Right. I'm not taking anything away from Miss Jones,
because I'm ready to do it myself.
The work that goes into writing the music is still the work.
Right.
The difference is you're not selling your song to Beyonce, right? Like, we can't watch Xania go. We can't go to Madison Square Garden unless they started doing hologram shows. We can't go.
I ain't paying for that.
We can't go to an arena and see this person actually perform these songs. If they do hologram shows, then that's a whole nother level of AI. And I don't doubt that we might get there.
Now, isn't there a show like that somewhere already?
What kind of show? Hologram?
Yeah, it's hologram.
I mean, they've done like the Whitney Houston tour. Okay. Like, they've done dead people and put them in holograms, and people were in an uproar about that, but people went and saw it. So, like, I think if an AI artist got popular enough where they're like, I'm going on tour.
Yeah, because that's more money.
I think people would actually go. Well, they would, go for the spectacle of it, to say that they were there, and the novelty of going to see an AI artist perform.
Yeah, it is a wild thing to think about. It does devalue artists to an extent, because now record labels can also say, hey, you know what? I don't have to pay you this anymore because I got this other person over here, even though that deal is big that she signed.
Yeah.
I feel like artists get bigger deals.
Yeah. I mean, I believe the deal was for $3 million.
Yeah. It was.
So it's not like the biggest record deal ever, but like, for someone who is taking poetry and stuff that she's written already and putting it into a program and then spitting out songs, I would, a $3 million deal is like life changing.
No. I think it's great. Nikki, what's her name? Tanash, whatever her name is.
The real person.
The real
you ask
person
it,
is
Telisha.
Telisha. I mean, for her, it's a beautiful deal. But I'm thinking about like artists when they were like up and coming,
who got screwed by record deals.
Yeah, like I mean, we're still seeing people that are getting screwed or were screwed by record labels and record deals, and this like for record companies, this be like, you know what? I'll just pay that bitch $3 million and I don't got to worry about anything else.
And then there's the whole thing of like, so we all watch Making the Band. We watch Diddy put together. Minus, forget the things that Diddy did. I'm just talking about the show. We watched Diddy put together Danity Kane in Day 26, right? Those groups have since departed. Well, Day 26 is kind of still together, but Danity Kane is no more.
Danity Kane just went on tour.
3 of them did. Don't do that. It's like, so you could potentially create your own Danity Kane and they would never break up because it's AI. Mm-hmm. So like you could continue to put out music and albums with a girl group now, because a lot of the thing with the girl groups or boy groups is like they usually break up, or someone either breaks out because they're the real star of the group and goes on a solo career. Well, now you can build a band in AI and have them put out 2 albums a year, 3 albums a year, 4 albums a year if you want.
There's less work. Like it takes so much time to create an album.
Right.
And you need so many people. You need sound engineers, you need songwriters, you need editors, you need studios, like you need equipment. Like it is expensive to produce art.
The record label gives an advance, right? So that you can produce an album, so you can pay the engineers, so that you can pay the producers. Then you have a whole marketing team. Like the fact that AI may be able to replace the things that we didn't think it could replace is also very scary. I'm not saying that, by next year we won't care about Act 3 from Beyonce, because we will.
Right. We're not going to, if anything, we might start valuing the artist that we know is real more.
Right. Because the work that goes into that is, we know what that is.
It's real work. Like Sienna Rose, like I love that song and I probably won't, stop listening to it, but I do. Now I'm just like, well, even though, like, that's a question. Like, even if you do like the music, should you turn it off because it's AI?
I don't think so. Only because I feel like music in itself is there to invoke emotion in people. It can make you dance. It can make you laugh. It can make you cry. It can make you feel things. I look at artists like Ray, who her album is just full of emotion, and you can feel how much she loves the music.
Talk about production of art.
And yes, she really cares about the production,
like a whole orchestra
of her music. And I can't see that going away, just because the human element of that is not something that AI could reproduce.
I think what it's going to end up doing is also just pushing artists to just be independent. And
yeah,
the issue there is for newer artists that are like, I'll do this independent, is like money. There won't be any upfront money. And then record labels might be like, you know what? I can give you what, $1 million, $2 million, because I got a couple of AR artists that I just pay them $3 million and they're good. So for newer artists, I think this is going to be
a struggle bus.
Right. Because you can't be independent as much anymore, because you do need some kind of funding.
But the thing that I go ahead.
No, I think that's why a lot of artists that are bigger now end up going on their own, because they can manage their money better. They have their own funding. They can do it on their own. They don't have to pay the cut to the record labels. But I really think the new talent is really where the struggle is going to happen, because if I'm good and I'm having trouble independently, you would usually jump into a record deal and they would give you that money to start that journey. Now, I think record labels are like, I can't really upfront an artist that I don't know if they're going to succeed.
I think it's still going to be hard, but I will say, like, the one thing about the time that we live in now is that it's easier than ever for regular people to get their music or video or whatever out to the masses.
Yeah,
Thanks
social
to
media.
YouTube, thanks to social media, thanks to TikTok. Like, we're on Spotify.
Mhm.
Nobody signed it. We're not signed to anybody. We
No.
haven't signed a contract to be a part of a podcast network. You can start a podcast tomorrow and have it on YouTube, have it on Spotify, and any other place that has podcasts. So the barriers are gone.
Yeah, it is
But-
less in the early 2000s,
Right.
90s.
But it's still going to be a struggle to get people to listen to you unless you have an extraordinary something about your music that people catch on to.
And a viral moment
Right.
where one person, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then from there you can like propel.
Right.
Yeah, but it is interesting to see. I thought AI obviously would go into every facets of our lives, but right out replacing artists sounds crazy to me.
So the program that she's using, I have used for work because I was asked to do a AI animated video, and it was supposed to be a music video. And me and my coworker, we found a program. It's called Sono. Anybody can use Sono. There is a free version. There's also a paid version. You literally tell it, you can either put in lyrics, your own lyrics, or you can just tell it what you want the song to be about. You can put descriptors of like, hey, I want like a reggaeton song. I kind of want it to be about this guy who falls in love with this girl, but it doesn't work out. Cool. Then you can add in little things like, how you want the person to sound. Like, do you want a fast beat, a slow beat? Do you want it to be R&B and reggaeton mixed together? And it will spit you out a song that sounds like, it was produced by Timbaland. And it's wild how well it works. The one caveat about it is it doesn't do the same. Like, if you didn't like what it spit out, you could put in the same lyrics and a different prompt, but you're never going to get the same song.
Yeah, and it always tweaks it.
Yeah. But it does give you about 3 to 4 different versions of the song, which is also wild. And they all sound super produced. And that is just where technology is right now. It's scary.
Yeah. I mean, obviously companies are always looking to see where they can cut people and replace it with AI. I mean, that is just where we're headed in society, which then makes you go like, where's one supposed to work once that happens? I'm like, yeah, in my current field right now of helping people with their educations, like AI comes up in conversations a lot, but people don't even understand what AI is beyond like what we know, ChatGPT, or Gemini or Microsoft Copilot. But there is so many different avenues in AI that now I'm just like, I want to peel the onion a little bit more, because if there's music things now, I feel like there's going to be people that are going to be educated in like AI from a music perspective, how to produce through artificial intelligence versus being in a ginormous studio with the whole board in front of you.
I can see that happening. There are definitely going to be jobs in AI because you're going to need someone that knows how to, prompt AI, because prompts are a big part of AI. Like, it is, you can put in a prompt one way, you can put it in a different way and get 2 different results. It depends on how you speak to it, right? So there are going to be specific jobs where people are prompters. Like, it might not be hundreds of people having a job.
It's going to be much less.
And I think we all kind of worry about AI coming into whatever industry you work in. Like, the only places that are really safe, I feel like, are the medical field. Because, I mean, right now AI can't operate on a person.
No.
You know, AI can't cook me food. It's like physical jobs that you need a human element to it. But a lot of jobs that, and just like AI artists, I still feel like it's going to, the songs may be good and we may play the songs, we may add them to our playlist. I still think we are going to need those artists that we love today because they are the human element to their music. Right. And it's going to, you can't replace that.
Right. Now, even though this particular artist, Zion, did I say that right?
Xania.
Has a person behind her. I listened to a couple of her songs and I was just like, this is just not great. And it was sad because I'm like, these are actually, from what I read, songs that pertain to her life, the real person that writes them. And I'm just like, why wouldn't you want to sell this to a great artist that can make this sound amazing?
Right.
I get it that you might not be the singer, but like, why not give it to a Beyonce or a Lady Gaga? I don't know. But when I was listening to it, it just sounded very generic from song to song.
I get that. She basically says that Xania is an extension of her. She says, when I look at her as a real person. Because the lyrics are 100% me. And like you said, they come from the poems and real life experiences. I guess she would feel differently if she gave that song to another artist to sing, and maybe that artist was like, I'm going to tweak it this way or do this to it. Because a lot of times when people write songs for artists, they will take it and make it their own.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't want that, or she saw the potential in just doing it in AI and having the control over it.
I mean, all the money comes to you.
And that part,
you don't have to sell the song, or you don't have to.
I mean, I believe you still get royalties off of songs, even if you wrote it and like
you'll be put on it as credits. Yeah. So you do get a portion of it, but yeah, I mean, Sienna Rose definitely caught me. Her music does sound very well produced. That's how I really fell for it, because it wasn't until I started peeling the onion today when we started talking about this. I'm like, why is her name on this list of AI people?
It's like, wait, I know that girl.
I'm like, I listened to the whole album and I was like, this is a beautiful R&B neo soul album, and yeah, it just blows my mind. And that's just the way we're going, I guess, with AI. But I really wish places like Spotify would, or Apple Music, whatever you listen to,
would label it.
Would at least label like, this is an AI generated artist, and then give me the option to whether I want to commit to this fake person or not.
And I think that is fair, because I feel like a lot of people like you will find an artist and be like, I really dig this artist, I really like this song, or I really like their vibe. But I think they would also want to know whether this is an AI artist or someone that they could eventually one day go see.
Right. And I don't want to see no hologram. I'm sorry. Right. I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, then I'm just watching a hologram and you're just pressing play on the music.
It's like we're all sitting together, listening to the album together. That's what we're just in the same
room. Like a Lily Allen concert.
But she's really on stage.
But yeah, what do you guys think about AI music, just AI in general? Like, are you using it in the workplace? Are you not using it in the workplace? Are you one of those people that think maybe your job's going to get replaced by AI? Let us know. We'd like to hear how AI is being integrated into your life.
And how it's affecting you.
And how it might be affecting you, correct.
Speaking of, you guys, we have an update.
Yes, we do. Sorry, I have to bring it back up here.
No worries.
So just a quick recap. We had somebody who had wrote in We did an episode. I forgot what number it was. We did your questions and confessions and all that. And all that jazz. If you want to go back and listen to it. But a first here on the Manny and Shawn Experience show.
Not a first.
It is a first. We have gotten an update.
Have we not gotten updates before?
I don't think we have.
Okay, sorry.
And if we did, well, it's over 100 episodes. I don't remember.
It was episode 110.
110.
Ask us anything, and you did.
So they wrote in about some challenges they were having with a friend that was a bit racist. And they were asking kind of about how to navigate that and potentially breaking up the friendship.
And they have been friends for over 30 years?
I believe so. Yes, 30 years. So we have an update. So I'm going to read it.
Go ahead.
Thank you for sharing my story about my friendship of 30 years and me realizing my friend was borderline racist. I feel like we're on a really big podcast right now. Anyways. Like when you listen to Best Friends. Anyways. I wanted to provide an update. I didn't talk to them for about a month. And when they finally reached out, I explained why I pulled away. I was hoping for reflection or accountability, but instead they doubled down on their views and how it should be okay to have different opinions. In the moment, I realized I was looking for an out, as the relationship was primarily me being an unpaid therapist, where the person constantly trauma dumped on me and I was there to listen. The racist remarks was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I cut off that individual right there and then. My mind had never been more at peace, and maybe this was a cowardly way out, but I couldn't do it anymore.
Look, at all measures, at any point in time in your life, I feel like I've learned this lesson the hard way, is you got to protect your peace. You can't let nobody else make you stressed, make you like, the world is bad enough as it is. Then to have a friend who is trauma dumping, making you feel bad, giving you anxiety, putting you through the ringer, you got to protect your peace. Mm-hmm. And if that costs a 30-year friendship, then that's what it costs.
Right. And not only that, like, they're diminishing your thoughts about the situation as a whole. Like, nah, that's not what I meant. It's probably stuff they were saying. You shouldn't think about it that way. Like, I'm coming to you as a friend and I'm telling you what I'm hearing and you're still not hearing it. Then you know what? I think you handled it the way that was most appropriate, because to your point, mental health is always important. And if you give hints and they don't catch and they are just exhausting you, it's better to not even have them in your life, because why? They're costing you your time that's already short on this planet. Mm-hmm. So why waste time on people that just ain't valuable?
Surround yourself with people that love you, care about you, who will be there for you, and who won't question you about those things. Like, life is too short. I know it gets said a lot, and it sometimes life doesn't feel short, right? Like, it feels like I'm going to be 45 next week. And in my head, I'm like, you don't know how much time you have on this earth. There are people that I grew up with that are no longer here, and I feel blessed to have made it to 44. Mm-hmm. We never know when our time will be up, and I want to surround myself with people that know that I love them, and I know that they love me. And I don't need any negativity. I get enough negativity just from watching the news or hearing about the latest war or hearing about genocide, and like feeling helpless, like you can't really do anything about those things. But I'm so grateful for my small circle of friends. I'm so grateful for Manny. I'm so grateful for my family. Like you surround yourself with people who are going to see you and protect your peace. So I applaud you for what you did. Like you did the right thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is good to try to give people, the full picture of why a friendship might need to end or a relationship.
And you tried.
But sometimes when you have had enough, then your mental health is way greater than whatever friendship it is. Because is it even a friendship at that point if it's just becoming a therapy session or a trauma dumping? It doesn't make sense.
No.
And Bad Bunny said, Nadie sabe lo que va a pasar mañana. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You got to just live your life. And as Bad Bunny also said, you just got to keep loving. Love everyone. Love everything. And life is too short.
Yeah.
So you did the right thing. And thank you for giving us an update.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And if you would like to tell us a story, or you would like to tell us a confession that you haven't told anybody before, or anything above and beyond that, please log into our link tree. It's connected to our Instagram page.
And you can find that by
typing in MASXP23.
Yes.
That sounded AI-ish.
Almost. Yes, you can find us there. We are also on TikTok and YouTube. You can subscribe and see our beautiful faces. And please leave a comment, subscribe. It really does help with the algorithm and pushing us out there so that more people can see us.
Absolutely.
And we can get more questions and feedback.
Because we're not a celebrity podcast.
We're not.
That's another thing. I know we're wrapping it up, but like celebrity podcasts are getting outrageous. And
every celebrity you can think of probably has a podcast or has been on a podcast.
Yeah. Scream Society with Ralph posted something recently about how pretty much that, like the big celebrity podcasts are trying to crowd the scene, but it said the article that independent podcasters are still needed for the industry to survive, because people are tuning into podcasts not just because of celebrities, but also the independent things that are out there.
Yeah, because I feel like, especially like his podcast is very niche, right? Like he does do celebrity things from now and again, but like his main focus is horror. And so I think independent artists are important.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have our big mega stars, but we also have smaller people who have just a bigger fan base. We just might not know who they are.
Yeah. And that's what I hate about this AI shit in Spotify. Because like if I'm listening to a smaller podcast, and I don't mean that disrespect, just independent, it automatically throws me, boom, to a celebrity podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this.
It'll recommend you something that's bigger.
Yeah. Why don't you recommend something of the taste palette of what I was listening to on this independent podcaster? Give me another independent podcaster that's kind of in the same field. Let me see if I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Why are you going automatically to celebrity? Obviously, because they're signing multi-million-dollar deals.
Of course.
But anyways, that's a rant unnecessary today.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode and talk about AI. Let us know your thoughts on it.
Yoshi.
He has been obsessed with Yoshi.
Even Yoshi had a real voice behind it. They could have easily did an AI voice on that, but they hired Daniel Glover. Yoshi.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. As we say here, do something good for yourself,
and then do something good for someone else. Yoshi. Oh my god, that meme of Yoshi and who's Toad. This?
Hey, Toad, looking good.
Who is this? Yoshi. So some dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group. Cool.
If you haven't seen the Mario Galaxy movie, go see it.
I'm Yoshi. Oh, so just random dinosaur shows up and all of a sudden. It's so great. It's so great. Anyways, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love your friends. Love your neighbors. I don't care. Just don't hurt anybody while you're doing it.
No. We're out.
We'll catch you on the next one. Yoshi. It's to me, Mario.
I'm ready to die.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm out of here too.